Hello all, welcome to Raid Shadow Legend. This is Demos, and this is going to be part 2 of the Banner Lords Champion Adjustment. We're going to be going over the epics, and I am going to be going into a little bit more depth. With the rares, I kind of just read off abilities. Epics and legendaries, I'm going to kind of describe my thought process a little bit more. One thing to note with epics, especially legendaries, but with epics, this is where going to 6-star becomes much more viable, much more plausible, depending on the epic, of course. But so their stats are, these stats are going to definitely reflect what you should be seeing in your own champions. So we're going to start with Horton. And Horton is an interesting champion because he is, to my knowledge, the only champion that Plarium has outright sold in a pack. I want to say he was $50. I could be mistaken. This was around springtime, I think, of 2020. And they just outright sold him. And then, when Plarium went to this fragment system, I want to say a month and a half ago. This is September, so I could be mistaken. Horton was their launch of that. He was, you had a login event, you got him, cool. So with that in mind, I think Horton, personally, is someone's love child in Plarium, someone high up. And Plarium, if you're watching this, and whoever loves Horton, if you're watching this, he needs help. He needs help. Okay? His attack is a little low. I would like it to be another 100, 150 points. His speed is okay. Defense, he's an attack base. HP, he's an attack base. First thing I would change, I would make this all battle. Increase speed. All battles. If not, if you don't like that, change it to increase crit rate. The reason why I say the crit rate is because he has that built in on his A3. I would turn this from a 5-turn, so that way you can get it to a 4-turn. He gets an attack buff, an increase crit rate, and increased speed. Now that's quite a bit, and an extra turn. So I can understand where, you're wanting it at a 5-turn. But honestly, as a nuker, when you get into the higher level dungeons, 5 turns, you're already at the boss, and the boss should already be nearly dead. So, turn it to a 4-turn, technically a 3. There you go. His A1. I would get rid of grants an extra turn if the target is killed. I would say if he crits. Again, you have it in his kit. If he crits, he gets an extra attack. Or an extra 2 attacks. Something like that. You don't need to go extra turn. But I would definitely make it to where he doesn't need to kill something to get this. Because that's going to be really hard. Okay? So, if he crits, he gets an extra attack or an extra 2 attack. Z2, 75% chance, decrease attack. Decrease attack isn't going to help him. It's really not. This needs to be decreased defense. It's okay at a 75. You don't want to make it 100 because then, there's a lot of other champions out there who are more support-based that rely on that. That's a big part of their kit. So, there's that. Just decrease defense, 75, moving on. Lord Legionnaire, his animation bugs the living heck out of me. You guys will see it here shortly. His hand is all over the place. Speed is pretty good. Attack, same thing. I would like it to kind of be buffed up. His A1, no. Just flat out no. He has no heal reduction in his kit whatsoever. Which means he needs another champion that has it in their kit to make his A1 just useful. Just 2/3 of it is wasted. Change this from a heal reduction to a decreased speed. It's in his kit. I'm not the biggest fan of decreased speed, but it's in his kit. Okay, he's going to probably put his A3, because the way the AI works is most champions will prioritize buffing your champions then debuffing the enemy with stuns, sleeps, freezes, and then underneath that is going to be your decreased speeds, attacks, defenses. So he's probably going to use his A3 first on auto, then he's going to use his A2, then he'll use his A1. So get rid of the heal reduction, make it based off decreased speed. And 3 turns, that's fine. 4 turns, that's fine. Oathbound, nice thing that I'm seeing with the Bannerlords is their speed is pretty solid. He needs a little bit more defense, not too much. He is a defense based, so there's that. His HP is pretty solid. So, let's see, 20, 30, 50% chance of placing a freeze, proportional to defense. Get rid of the attack. Come on. 100% chance of decreased attack on all enemies. Just if places decrease attack, decreases turn meter. You know, if it's a weak hit, you won't get the turn meter. If your accuracy isn't high enough, you won't get the turn meter. Just make it decrease attack, decrease turn meter. Placing block cooldown for 2 turns is 100% if they're under a decreased attack. You have it based on defense. So inconsistent. You can get this up to a 50%. I don't really have too big of a problem. I mean, 4 turns cooldown. Yeah. I would just get rid of that. That's really it. Send a Shawl. Really good speed. A little bit more defense would be nice. Really good HP. Defense based. Get rid of attack. When you see this, defense and attack, or attack and defense, or attack and HP, or whatever, the first is going to be the larger multiplier. The second is going to be considerably less. So if he's a defense based and I had attack then defense, it would just be bad. I would up this to a 50% chance. He attacks once, 50% chance. There you go. Get rid of the attack. Perfect Veil, 2 turns on an ally. I would change this to a 3 turn on all allies for 1 turn. That's all I would change. You could possibly leave it for 2, but that's debatable. 100% chance. Provoke all enemies. That's really solid. Errant Knight, or Knight Errant, sorry. Again, solid speed. He's really big into attack. Let me go back to Horton. I want to see what is it. 850 or 860 rather. Yeah, you need to up his defense a little bit. Maybe 100. You know, his crit damage doesn't get the same buff, but he does get some accuracy. So, let's see. 50% chance to place a leech, and he ignores 30% defense. You know, if we take a look at, like, he's immediately better than Seneschal. Just immediately. Yes, he is an attack versus a defense, but you have a better leech and a secondary that will benefit more. A 90% chance of placing a stun. Make it 100. If he kills him, cool, resets. But make it 100. Attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance that you can get up to 100 on placing a 25% weaken. This is the big weaken, so that's good. That's kind of interesting. Makes him a really good nuke in the beginning, especially if you pair him with the mastery, or where at full HP he does more damage. So that's pretty cool. What's his aura? This makes no sense. He's an attack-based champion. Why is he going to increase defense? Just putting it out there, Plarium. Just putting it out there. Stag Knight. Arguably top 5 epic. Definitely top 10. Very good. However, once you book this out, a 95% chance. Yes, with the mastery Evil Eye, I believe. Let me go and double check. Please don't make fun of my masteries. Sniper. Okay, Sniper. Evil Eye is the decreased turn meter. So with Sniper, you can get it up to 100. But if you're making... Basically, you're forcing me to go down a mastery path that I may not want. I may want to go down another path. 95%, I'm just going to be like, yes, bless it, fine. Sniper it is. Decrease attack and defense, 2 turns, make it 100. 3 turn cooldown, good. His A1, 50%, decrease speed, it's fine. Only other thing is I would like to change him from a attack based. Yeah, even though it says he's support, he's attack based, his attack is low. He has better defense. Increase his defense by a little bit more and make these off of defense. Or turn him to an HP champ. He has really good HP, amazing speed. There you go. Rowan, Rowan, you've been changed so many times and you're still not good. She is going to be getting buffed in the 2.2 patch, but it's not, in my opinion, good. Stu Gaming did a really nice video about it. So, her A1, hero reduction. I mean, yes, it allows her to pair with Lordly here. But, yeah. I would change this to a poison. You have that in her AE3. Make her a poison based. Okay? Make her a poison based. She has really nice speed. You have her with speed. I would flip these two. I would have her make a poison. And there you go. 75% chance. Maybe even 100% chance because you're only attacking once to put a 5% poison for 2 turns. 50% chance of placing a stun. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I would probably up this a little bit more or change it to where it attacks one enemy 3 times. The times at random, I'm not a big fan of. You can't control it. So either you up the chance or you change it to where it's more specific. Her A3, if we look at Kale, who's arguably the best starter champion, 4 times at random, each hit has a chance, 50% chance of placing a 5% poison. Do the same thing for her. Same thing. 50% chance, or even a 75% chance because she's void, 4 poisons, moving on. And then her accuracy is whatever. It's not bad, but there you go. Azure. Let's see. Alright, if they're under an increased speed, which means they went first. The only time this is actually going to be impactful is in the arena. And with the current meta, if they go first, you lose. 9 times out of 10. So, and then on top of that, he has no increased speed on his own kit. Get rid of this. Give it a chance. 1 enemy 2 times, 50%. 50% chance, there you go. 4 turn, ally protection and shield, can't be removed, very good. 3 turn, if they're stunned, he has nothing, or I'm sorry, no he does. Okay, so that would work perfectly, yeah. Get rid of the attack, doesn't have good attack. So, that's it. I would get rid of this, make it a percent chance, so that way his A3 becomes more viable, and he has an okay aura, you know, his HP based, HP aura. Makes sense. 50% chance of stealing 2 random buffs, that's fine. Attacks all enemies. 75% of doing a block buffs, very nice, especially in the arena. You know, if you're doing 3v3s, I'd take a look at them. Here's another one. 4 turn block damage. Again, really nice for the arena. And then increased crit rate, 23%, make it 25. I'm not really a big fan of these random percentages, like I've said earlier. So that is the epics for the Banner Lords. Let me know what you guys think. Am I kind of being a little too over the top, hoping for too much, so on and so forth? With all that, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.